Hey, good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing? I thought I would just take the time to thank each and every one of you for praying for my son. Um, the doctors don't know for 100% sure what's wrong, but they've kind of pinpointed it down between two things. And those two things are not getting enough exercise outside and energy drinks. The Monster. It's what the doctor told my son was, you better be scared of the Monster. It's not like that stuff is very safe, for kids. And I didn't know that. And I wish everybody would please not criticize me on it. I mean, I've drank them my whole life since I was young, since I was a kid. When Red Bull first came out, I remember trying one, and I thought the price was just outrageous, but it gave me energy, But there's a downside to it. Not everybody can drink them. I think I'm going to quit drinking them because I don't want to die. It causes a lot of problems. Exercise is important. If you got a job behind a computer or at a desk job all the time, or you got a kid that wants to sit there and play video games all the time, it's important that you get him out of the house and get him off of the games, and so he can. You just can't sit, It's one of those things, and I appreciate it if everybody would. I'm letting everybody know this because I know y'all care about me and my family so much. But one of these days, if we do plan on my son ever coming out of his shell and wanting to get on this channel, he doesn't want to be criticized or bashed or anything like that, or analyzed. He doesn't want to be analyzed, so he knows what's wrong. He knows what happened. He knows what he needs to do to make it better. He doesn't need a lot of criticism, even constructive criticism, on the channel. The prayers worked, he's understanding how important it is now to have a life and be a child, or a young man, and do things other than that sitting on a game all the time. Back in my days, all we had was Atari, and all this high-tech graphics and everything else. I can't even last 5 minutes on a game. So I used to play them when I was a kid, but you would get tired of playing Pac-Man. It wasn't even a real Pac-Man. It was a dot going across the screen, and it wasn't. You remember those old videos? Even the real Pac-Man at the arcade was low technology, and I think I tried pulling out my old Atari and plugging it in for my son, and he says, "This is just senseless, Dad. I mean, why would you want to enjoy playing this?" I said, "Because I don't know. I like Dungeons and Dragons. That's what I liked. I liked the fantasy role-play games where everything was in your head." And I had some problems as a child with that, because when my character passed away, I got depressed. I didn't want to do nothing. My character got killed in the game, and I took it so seriously. I mean, I destroyed my room. I wouldn't play for a long time. And my mama sat me down, and she says, fantasy games are okay, son, but when they start consuming your life, and that's all you're living for, and that's all that you're doing with them, is day in and day out breathing, eating, and existing in this game, you need to get outside that box and go out there and have fun. And I haven't played Dungeons and Dragons, I guess, because I caught myself, I caught myself taking it too serious and getting all stressed and hyperventilating and stuff. I used to get really mad because my characters were fixing to die, or they was, and that's a lot of what the same stresses that I think my son is experiencing, is the same kind of stress that I was putting myself through, and ignoring friends and ignoring the sunshine outside and being healthy. You know, I had my problems with that, but it was with fantasy role-playing games. And I think what really scared me is when people started killing themselves over their characters, and it happened in the little town that I was in, and I couldn't believe somebody would take it so serious to kill themselves just because their character died, you know? And that scared me. So that, along with this energy drink kick, that I feel like I'm complete fool, you know? You really don't know who to believe in the world. You got half the people on this side drinking them every day for breakfast. The breakfast of champions is what I called it for years, you know. And I feel like a complete fool and idiot for not. You listen to both sides of the story and you see people drink them all day long and nothing happens to them. Well, I ask myself, well, it's not hurting me. It's not making me feel funny at all. But, you know, I guess there's a lot of truth to that. You don't need to be taking energy drinks. You need to go out there and work out and make your body healthy instead of cheating it. Because I think that's what you're doing when you drink energy drinks, is you're cheating your body. You're forcing it to go when it's doesn't got nothing in the tank to go but that crap. It's like, I guess it's kind of like putting NOS in a motor, just straight NOS, no gas at all, you know. And that's basically what people are doing out there. They're not eating right and they're doing energy drinks. Some people can get by with it, some people can't. But I'm gonna decide just to take it all the way out of my life, because I don't want the temptation there for my son, and I want him to take this very serious. And that's all I have to say on the matter. I feel so embarrassed. It's taken everything I got to come on here and say this, but that's what this channel is about. Is sometimes, you know, I share things on this channel and try to, and people call me on this channel. I'll tell you one good thing that happened out of all this. My stepdad finally texted me. I mean, because I put out there on the channel for y'all to pray for me, and there's some people that live in Louisiana, that, you know, a church where my son attended church in Louisiana, and I went to church here, of course. I go to church every now and then, and I help sometimes I help the homeless by going to this church. It's not really a church, it's just kind of like a food bank type of thing, but we have church in the inside the food bank area during the day. And then I think they have some kind of school in there that they do, you know, it's where you can put your kids in private school. So, you know, on Sundays and in the afternoons, you know, we'll bag up food and we'll help people on the street. And 80% of the people that live on the street have a major addiction. So I've been, you know, volunteering my time for that before all this went down, to try to make a difference in that area. But anyway, my stepdad finally, all these years, all the last 3 years, I've been texting one of his numbers that he don't even pick up the phone and turn it on. And I'm like, Dad. But at least he did, because he goes to church in Louisiana. And I called, you know, I let people know. I texted people and they said, well, have you told your dad yet? And I said, no, I haven't. I think, well, take it back. I said, yeah, I have. But I get no response, just like always. I've been so angry with my stepdad for the last 3 years because he hasn't responded to any of my texts or anything. And come to find out, I've been texting the wrong number. It's a number that he still has on. That he's just started using my mom's number since she passed away. No one ever bothers her number or anything, as far as all these scam calls and all these different calls that people call you and try to sell you stuff. It drives my stepdad up the wall. And he told me because of her number has been on that do not call list for 6 years, hardly anybody gives him any junk calls or junk texts or anything like that. So I did get a chance to talk with him, and at least we talked. You know, we discussed my son, and then we discussed me. And I still got a long way to go with my stepdad. He's it's kind of like this. Just because you unplug yourself from your family and you live in an addiction for years and years and years and years and years. And when you decide to just quit one day, for whatever reasons, you're not going to be able to reconnect within a snap of the finger. Just because you decide to quit and start living life right and you want to plug back into your family, it's not that easy. It's not going to be that easy, because they're so tired of the story of, oh, I'm going to change, I'm going to change, I'm going to change, I'm going to change, and I'll do better, and I'll do better, and give me another chance, and all this other crap my whole life. And now this has happened, you know, the accident that I've had, and changed my life and made me start changing everything about the way I live, the way I think, the way I, you know, I need to go down to the doctor or to the dentist and start thinking about getting me some teeth. You know, that's one thing I think my dad is upset with me about at this point is, you know, you went out and bought you a truck, and you got your LTD, and you got this, you got that. You need to worry about your appearance and get some teeth in your head. And so I think I'm gonna finally start doing that, because these things are rotten, you know. That's the major drawback when you waste your life away in an addiction. And that's embarrassing to talk about that. Yeah, I might look funny at times on the camera and everything, but my wife discussed that with me, and we're gonna go see a dentist and see about getting these teeth yanked out. I guess it's better to have some falsies than it is some dirties. I got a lot of things that are on my mind this morning. I'm going to take full advantage of all this beautiful sun. I'm probably backlit. Y'all probably can't even see it. The sun is so shining bright. It's so pretty out here. I'm probably going to get out here and clean old Louise out of the back of the truck. Spend some more time on my makeshift dog kennel shed and put some walls up. I got some tin. I got some tin. It didn't cost me anything for the tin. It was just being thrown away anyway, so I picked it up, and gonna get busy putting that on the walls back there. But like I said, I appreciate each and every one of y'all for praying for my son, man. And that's the verdict. I mean, that's the whatever you want to call it. That's the solution to the problem that we're having. You know, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's what caused this all to happen, was energy drinks and not enough exercise and too much time sitting on the computer all the time and stressing. And I don't know, we'll see how it goes. He's on a heart monitor right now. They're not letting him go back to school for 2 weeks. They're slowly wanting him. Dum-dum, be quiet, baby. Daddy's talking. I'll let you out here in a minute. We'll go for a walk or something on the knee walker, as long as you don't kill me this time. Anyways, I'm gonna let y'all go and close it down for now. See, you get me sidetracked to forget what I was talking about. Anyway, thank y'all for praying for my son, and I'm gonna get out here and start getting some stuff done today. And till next time, Limster out. See y'all later.